Hey guys, how's it going? It's Coach Jason. I just wanted to answer the question, which was the topic of a post from a few days ago. Noticed that lot of the new listings that were coming on board were apartments, and the question I asked was, are apartments a good investment? There was quite a variety of answers there, and my views on apartments are that, well, they can be, but you've got to know why you're buying an apartment if you are. I can speak from experience. I've had apartments before. Notice the past tense. And so I understand the volatility, but I understand also what the use of having an apartment is all about. For me, an apartment is definitely more of a cash flow play. Typically, what you're buying there is you're buying something that is in a pretty handy location, being in the city centre, close to water, somewhere where people want to play. And what you have the ability to do is to rent it out for a higher yield versus the acquisition cost. So that's essentially why it becomes a cash flow type sort of purchase. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to run you through how to assess the value of an apartment and to decide whether it's a good thing for you. So let's compare them. So this is one that I used to own back in the day from about 11 years ago. It's a freehold one, and it was about 51 square meters, so it was two bedrooms. The great thing about this apartment was that it was pretty handy to Queen Street, and also handy to Karangahape Road. So it's situated in a handy locality, and it was also a double grammar zone, so good for the school zones. Now, one of the clues when you're looking at values of properties is to pull up the CV. So I've gone to the Auckland City Council site and I've pulled up the CV. And you can see there that it was assessed at 370,000. Now, the interesting thing to note is you want to know what the makeup or the breakup of that CV is. So you'll see here that the actual land value of that 370,000 is only 135, and the bulk of it is actually caught up in the building cost, which is 235,000. And one of the things that we know in real estate is that it is the land that appreciates and the building depreciates. Okay, so you're not buying this for the capital growth necessarily. Okay, now if you compare that to a similar type property, a unit this time, similar floor area, 51 square meters, strata freehold title, also situated in double grammar zone. And when you look at the makeup of the CV, you can see the CV is a bit higher here, 630,000. But the interesting thing to note is that the land component is 470,000, whereas the building component is only 160,000. Okay, so apartments can have their uses if you're going for cash flow, but certainly don't expect capital growth. The apartment that I had, I found it was very volatile, especially in times of uncertainty like what we're about to go through. And unfortunately for me, the value of my apartment fell below the mortgage which I owed the bank. So it wasn't very pleasant, but I managed to battle through. Got myself through to a recovery and into a boom cycle. And it was towards the latter stages of the boom that the apartment finally gained some value. And for me, that was a very opportunist time for me to sell. So I managed to walk away with a little bit of profit and the shirt on my back. So would I go there again? Probably not. And the reason being is that I know the value of other types of investments out there and that I can get much superior returns. Now, that doesn't mean to say that apartments may not be right for you, but you've got to understand what your strategy is and what your property investment goals are. And if apartments fit, then go for it. If not, then look at alternative means. So hope that helps. Be interested to hear your thoughts. So feel free to comment, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.